Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside live here on KCSI 95.3 on the radio, and we are back here on YouTube. Sorry, I lost my connection to my camera, so we had an extended break there just to plug some commercials. But
yeah, really appreciate all of our commercials, all of our great sponsors here on KCSI Radio, Shore Motor Company, especially the last one there. Reiterate again, I know Aaron mentioned back to studio that there was a severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County. They still have some pretty strong storms up in that area. It looks like from around Cumberland through Atlantic up in that area, but here locally it's looking great. No weather for Corning. That's why we are racing, and we have our next guest right here on the air. Winner from 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a while ago.
And I think Evan calls you the Flying Farmer.
I do.
Welcome.
It's kind of just stuck. I don't know. It's but you have been you've been really starting to figure it out here this year, David. I mean, you've got a car now that's just it's fast, man.
It's pretty fun to drive. It's just, there's a lot of guys I race with here in Stewart and stuff that you just don't expect to beat, and now we're running with them. I shouldn't say we're going to beat them, but we're running with them at least. So
and it's just got to feel good too, because from a mental standpoint, I'm sure it just really tells yourself, it's like, you know what, I am good enough.
Well, yeah, last year at the end of the year we were kind of starting to come on a little bit better, I guess I should say, and then we switched cars, and we thought, oh no, we've done this a couple times, and you just struggle to get a different car figured out, a new car figured out, and it takes some time, and then right out of the gate, this thing's been pretty quick.
I wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I know how you are. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
you never know.
You're like the young Gar down there sometimes.
Oh boy, yeah.
But no, you're really figuring it out. You got to win up at Stewart there, and then started off the year here very, very well. You were kind of a front row Joe there for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I tell people when you're as bad as I am, you get to start up front all the time. So that helps quite a bit. We actually started front row last week in Stewart again. I'm not really sure why we did, but we did. So we just took it, and we ended up second. We led half of it or a little better, but it was kind of hammered down. The big open motor got me at the end. I was off pace a half a second anyways. So
and it goes to show, too, I mean, you are running a crate, and you are keeping up, but we are at the top of the hour. I got to do a little station identification here. We are in KCSI 95.3 out of Red Oak, KOAK 1080 AM out of Valeska, Iowa. We're here with David Swartz talking about his new race car that's really got him up to speed where he's just super competitive, and I feel like it doesn't matter what track you probably go to, you're probably going to be right there. So.
Well, we're going to find out this week. We're going to go on the Madness Tour, if all goes well tonight, I guess, so. I mean, I've raced here for a while and Stewart for a while, and I enjoy the two racetracks, but it's going to be kind of fun to get out with some of the Northern Iowa guys that are the Fets and Lofts and stuff they're studs, and if we can at least keep up, that'll be a win in our book.
I mean, when you think of sport mod racing, the Northwest Iowa is probably one of the best.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you got some guys down here that could win any time. And then, like, you have Cam Reimers and the Carters and stuff at Stewart, and I don't know. I mean, but yeah, there's some good guys up there, but there's some good guys here too. You can't take anything away from them.
So when you go on this Madness Tour, are you going for wins, or are you just going for features? What's kind of the
I'm a pretty competitive individual, so we want to be competitive. I don't care how the results come out, I guess. Sport mod racing. We could wreck out tonight and not go to any of them. So we're just, I don't know. We want to be competitive. I think we'll be competitive.
I think so too.
There's a lot of racing here tonight, though. Anything can happen. And I'm gonna be kind of conservative tonight because I just want to go and have fun. But I said that Wednesday in Stewart, and I ripped the whole body off the car.
Now that starts on
tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Yep.
And you start up in Worthington, Minnesota.
Yep.
So it goes Worthington, and then it goes down to Spencer,
Park Jefferson, Alta,
and then Stewart.
Yep.
So and we'll be watching them all.
Yep, I'll be watching them all. So
every night there's a race on. So
I just hope that's our main thing. We just want to be competitive, and it's just I think we can be. I think we will be. But there's a lot of things can happen. We're racing on dirt, I guess. So it's just you never know.
We're gonna go up Thursday for sure for the. Is that Ron Little?
It's the Ron Little. Yep.
Yep. So we'll be up there for sure.
Well, hopefully we're rained out. Hopefully Thursday gets rained
well,
out.
You're right.
So I need some rain, or I'm not going to be able to do this next year.
That's what we were in the other room talking about. Like, hey, we had a whopping 20 and you didn't even get that up there. Yeah. So it's like, it's yeah. I don't mind rooting for some rain out this time of year either because boy, we need the rain badly.
Our corn looks the best it's ever looked. Yeah. Our soybeans are a little tough, but if we don't get some rain in the next 7 to 10 days, it's going to be a pretty interesting.
Yeah,
to
the
see
long
if the
range
genetics
looks like
can do
maybe
it.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We hope so. Yeah. So, but no, that's the thing about it. No, but it's got to feel good, to get that win here, and you've always been real competitive here, but
I don't know how many times we've ran second here, and I got that win, and I had a memory come up on Facebook, and Bryce Allen stole one from me 3 or 4 years ago on the last lap, and Jared Weston's done it a couple times, and it's just it just needed to happen.
Yep.
I didn't know if I could ever get it done here or not, but it did happen, and hopefully we can repeat it.
As technically as spectators as we are, but that's the thing. You see drivers improve, and you it's going to happen. I mean, we talk about that all the time, like it's going to happen, and we can keep telling you that, but,
right.
but you can just see drivers that are improving. It's going to happen. So, and you've always been one of those, and that's the thing. And we really appreciate you coming here whenever you can because you're a great competitor, fun to watch here, and you had great competition to what we have here. So.
Well, you got your start here, David. I remember you used to drive a Harris back in the day.
Yep.
And it's kind of just been a
up and down
roller coaster
The
for
first
you.
car I got, I think, was one of the best cars I've ever had. It was 2012 Harris, and then I got a brand new one, and it just wasn't very good. And then I got an Edge, and I liked it, and it was fun to drive. It was easy to drive. It turned well. I just could never get and there's Edge guys down here that are going to whoop me tonight probably. But I could never get it to go. I could never get it to go. And this one doesn't turn nearly as well as the Edge car, but it goes.
I feel like with this Rage, and it's a lot of the Rages like that, they're so much more up on the bars, I feel like. Do you feel that way?
Oh.
I feel like these things are just so much more on the right front.
It's hard on right front tires, that's for sure. Yeah, it's just a whole different monster, I guess. It's fun to drive. It's just I guess it's up. I have more drop than I normally did on my other cars.
Because when I look at the attitude of, I'm just thinking of it in my mind of your Edge last year compared to your Rage this year, the attitudes are so much different. I feel like just visually
that Edge, it was on the right front pretty hard. The body, the way your bodies are, shows. It's just different how your car looks when it's hiked up, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I enjoy driving it. I'm glad I got it.
I mean, when I heard you were getting one, I was like, well, I hope it works out for you, and it definitely has this year. I know you've been probably within the top. I think probably almost every single race you've raced this year, bar maybe a couple, you've been in the top 5 at some point.
I've DNF'd a few times, and I've ran. I think the 4th is my lowest finish so far this year. So
you've been doing really good. So and I'm happy for you because you're a pretty down home guy when it comes to things, and you're fun to talk to, and I do wish you luck on this Madness tour too. Hopefully everything works out tonight because
we're gonna need it.
I love seeing our local guys go up there, and because it makes my my subscription pay a little bit more worthwhile when I know guys I'm watching.
Right.
So,
last year we went on it and we did every race but Worthington, and we were like, why didn't we just go on up and do the whole thing? And it was just a lot of fun. It's kind of a little vacation, I guess, and then you come back and you got the 4th of July, and I'm on the fair board in the Dare County, so we have that, and then we're already into all but into fall. Summer's gone almost. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Racing season kicks in, and we don't have rainouts. It's just like woo-wee, and that guy's talking about we got stuff coming up.
So you're gonna have a busy week next week. So you've got 5 nights of racing.
Yeah.
And then we have late models down here next weekend.
Yep. And then again Monday in Stewart.
Yeah. Jeez.
I don't know. It's one race at a time.
Right. And these are again your
schedule.
No offense, but you're racing a sport mod.
Right.
I mean,
and it could like we got turned on the first lap in Stewart, and I thought our week was was done.
Right.
I thought we were probably going to go to the frame machine or something, and it's just, especially on bull rings, there's a lot of things can happen pretty quick. Down here, things still happen, but we're going way faster,
Right.
and we'll just have to keep your eyes up and look forward.
You have a little bit more
to you.
time down here to react sometimes too.
Just got to look forward. You got to look a few car lengths ahead of you, and a lot of people don't do that. But.
Yeah. So, I tell you what, give you a chance here to give you a shout out to people help you, sponsors, stuff like that.
Oh, my family. I farm with my parents. I couldn't do it without that. My hired man, he was willing to go for a week with no pay to go racing for a week, so that was pretty awesome. Randy Jensen, the Garsides, Wiggins, Andy Eckridge. I mean, there's just a lot of people. It's Nick Fox. He's helped me get some bent-up bars fixed. Buck Wild built me a new nose a few weeks ago. It's just there's a lot of people that make it go, and we're all friends, so it makes life. It makes an enjoyable summer. Let's just put it that way.
It's definitely an expensive hobby, but it's something it's rewarding when you're competitive like you are too.
There was a time not that long ago where we were just about ready to find a different hobby, and I say this could be one of I might not race next year. I don't know. I've said that a few times this year, but how do you know? I don't know if I can ever completely get out of it.
This has got to be. I feel like where you're at right now, David. This is probably already your best season ever.
Oh, for sure, it definitely is. And we're just into it. We're halfway through it. Probably not even halfway through it because we plan to race quite a bit.
Right.
Yet, but
I mean, it's not even the end of June yet, and I feel like you've done probably more this year than you probably have.
You're probably right.
Ever.
Yeah.
So
there was I think the third year we raced, we ran the top 5 majority of the time. But we started up there, and I shouldn't say that shit. We're starting up there this year too. But, we're just having fun. That's what matters. Getting the work done at home. Go out and have fun.
You bet.
So,
things set aside now, so you can go racing.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just need some rain now.
Yeah,
huh?
my dad might not think that. He's got a lot of pigs to load this week.
Oh,
so.
that's true. If you got livestock, you bet. So, anyway,
It's just pigs.
appreciate having you on. Good luck tonight with
thank
both
you.
of them.
Good to see you.
So,
Thank
glad having you on. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and we'll get our next guest on here on Pitside Live. That worked. You betcha. Is Brad here?
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside Live here down at Kenny Speedway in Corning, Iowa, and welcome back to the YouTube channel on KCSI Radio. We got our next guest here, winner last feature that I remember, something like that. I don't know who that was, Brad Derry.
Yeah, last 2, I think.
He turned you up there.
There we go.
Hey, now
We're
I
back
hear you.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the one I'm thinking is I didn't get to see it because I was handling the sewer problems in the women's bathroom the entire night, so I didn't get to see racing. So all I could do is hear Evan on the PA saying, "Oh, Brad won, okay."
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
No, what I had to babysit down there, so all I could see was the top of the cars going by.
Yeah.
That's all I could see.
So it's kind of a tale of two seasons so far. You started off, and I mean, good Lord, could you have anything else go wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, we're still struggling with one of our cars. So,
I mean, I feel like Brad, with what is going on, you're back on the right track. I feel like getting there anyway, for sure.
Yeah, we'd like to think so. We've had some engine issues. We've flattened 2 lobes on a camshaft, and we had a DNF one night. Something else happened. I don't know, but yeah, it's been a up-down year for sure. Yeah, hopefully.
What car have you been running lately?
The last week we ran the 19 car here, and we have it tonight again. The 23 car is sitting at home. We ran it at Denison last night, and we've been running it at other places. 2 weeks ago that we won, we had the new car here. And that was my goal, to get it in winning fashion before we moved on back to the other one. Just it's easier for me in our lifestyle to have one ready to go through the week and then race the other one on Saturday.
Right.
So, which there's so much to do to them lately that hasn't been working out very good. So you can still work Saturday, but
So you've got 4 years difference. How much different are they?
night and day.
That's, I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy how that
Night
works,
and
isn't
day.
it?
Yeah, and it shouldn't be, but it is. So a lot more technology, and actually we updated the 19 to a 22 over the winter or whatever, but or 2 winters ago, I guess, so it would be a 22. But anyway, it's one of them deals that we're still struggling to get our feet, planted, and
Right.
it'll come around. It just
So
got to
is,
be patient.
Is Denison something you're going to look at doing more often now? I mean, because you had been going to I-80 until they
Yeah.
closed, of course.
Well,
So-
you used to go down to Osborne too, right?
Yeah, I went down there several times this year, and we've been to Denison, we've been to Beatrice. We're just trying to find a home for Friday night, and it's hard to do. My oldest daughter, she's in softball, so you
Yeah.
try to not miss those games and
Right.
go softball. So like next weekend, we got her last game is I think it's at home on Friday, but so we'll stay home next week.
Yeah, next week's the last week for high school, so
Yeah,
well, regular season anyway. So
Yeah. So then we'll venture out a little more and probably do some other stuff on Fridays, see what we can find out. But I don't know, we might go to Lakeside some. We'll just see. It's kind of nice going other places where there's nothing. Basically, it's test and tune for me.
oh, we lost our backdrop.
Our
from there.
backdrop. Falling backdrop again.
But so which car do you typically feel more comfortable in?
The 19. I just haven't got
I can tell. I mean, I can just tell by the way you were driving with it, especially last weekend. I can just tell.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's a comfort deal or if it just fits my style better. These newer cars, the cages are set back. I think it's 10 more inches, maybe 11 inches further than the other ones. And you wouldn't think that's a lot. I mean, we're talking the 4-post cage.
Right.
And we're just, even in that 22 car we had before we destroyed it over here in 1 and 2 last year, we struggled with it. We had a pile of seconds with it, but we still were struggling trying to get it moving forward. It was a second-place car for sure, but other than that, we've just been, chipping away at it, trying to get faster, and there's always something.
Right.
So
I mean, so when they set that cage back, I'm a dummy. I don't look at that stuff that close, but I mean, where you're setting, is it still technically in the same?
So there's
does that
rules.
set you back too, or
So there's rules. So in our class, I believe it's 70 inches from the back of the head,
Okay.
or the seat can be if they're like where your shoulders, the
Right.
center line of your shoulders would be 70 inches back from the head, I believe is the
Okay.
number. So that is still the same, but the cage itself is back. The ideal behind that is you can run a lighter weight car and have more rear percent.
Okay.
So, and it also changes flex in the car.
Sure,
It really
sure.
does. I hate flex, so
Yeah.
that's just.
So I know you're one that always goes to schools, classes,
Yeah.
seminars.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's got to be big difference. Them talking about that stuff in the schools too, isn't it? When they have that type of setup.
Well, a lot of them schools are very generic, and I don't think that we're getting
Yeah,
told all what
specific.
they're doing, which is great. It's
Yeah.
just fine, but
Yeah.
it gives people that are lost a direction to go to.
Sure.
It really does. And you learn something on everyone, not to take anything
Right.
away from it. You really do learn something from it. But in the same token, there's a lot that goes with it. These cars used to be 4 springs, weight jacks.
Yeah.
That was it. Maybe
Yeah.
a hole or 2 on
Yep.
the rear end. Now
Yep.
we've got 5 holes on each side. Now we've got, shock droop, left front, left rear. You're always messing with offsets, caster, camera. I mean, everything you can do.
Just makes everything so much cheaper.
I don't know about that.
We talked to Hall of Fame and with Jim and Tim. I was like, yeah, you drivers are your worst enemies. It's always.
Oh, my gosh.
But that's just the nature of racing. It
So,
just always happens that way.
It's funny, the setups that we're doing today, we're coming back full circle. We're almost back to 2010 on how we used to set cars up, and it's kind of it's just full circle. It
Yeah.
makes you wonder what we've been chasing our tail
Right.
for. And it's not just shock. I mean, it's not just springs. It's shock spring combination.
Right,
So you got to
right.
get that right. In today's racing, I don't care where you go. Everybody is on their game.
Yeah.
There's these schools has made people
Yep.
smarter.
Yep.
They've made people pay attention to detail more.
Yep.
So 10 years ago, you were top dog. Well, you got to work your tail off today to be there.
The
I
technology's
mean,
changed.
and it has,
stuff,
and it
like,
suits different people differently. I mean, it's just
amazing.
it is I've scaled more this year, and I've scaled in the last 5 years combined. So
Your class for sure, Brad, is our area promotes some of the best stock car drivers in the country, and it shows. I mean, you've ran a lot of dirt ground races, and you've ran a lot of different racetracks, and it just shows that if we could get guys down here like that what kind of a show we would put on down here.
We'd have a whale of a show.
Yeah.
I mean, stock cars, I don't care where you go.
Yep.
They're a great class to watch.
Absolutely correct. Always my favorite. So.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really looking forward to tradition, things like that, to get some different guys in here for sure. So
I'll tell you what, I don't want to rush you, but I want to give you a chance to thank the sponsors. And
so we've got OSR, they're One Source Restoration out of Clarinda, Victory Powerline Services out of Clarinda, Shore Motor Company of Josh Wyman, they're in Clarinda, DW Race Engines, Dale Wooder, Creston Napa, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Jake Gillespie, Sleeps Tile Yard, Dairy Construction. I couldn't do this without my mom and dad and all their support. My brother Josh, he puts up with a lot of late hours. We work a lot of late hours on our job, and then I con him into working until midnight or 1 on the car. And my smoking hot wife Taylor, Scott, and Chris, my kids Meredith, Marshall, and Justice, and all the Gray family. They really step up when we need it. And then also Josh Dornbush, he comes over during the week some, and we get the car worked on and do stuff like that. And couldn't do it with all these people helping me. It sure makes things easier.
Yep, makes us a big family, just like some of the sponsors you mentioned. They're a big sponsor of ours right here on the show. So
absolutely, they're great.
They are. So we can't do. None of us can do any of this without them. So
That's
absolutely.
Right.
So tell you what, good luck tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it, guys.
Doubles here. So
we'll see.
We'll make it a good night.
You bet.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that was your winner of the last 2 features here at Speedway, Brad Derry, and our Northland Oil Pro Stock. So we're going to take one really quick break here and get our sponsor on for tonight, and we'll be right back with you.
Best Finish Auto Sales and Service is proud of the quality used vehicles they sell and their dedication to serve the needs of their customers. Whether it's your first purchase or one of many that you've had, you can count on their dedicated sales staff to make the best buying experience possible. They also offer financing on your vehicle purchase. Best Finish can also take care of your service needs, from oil change, brakes, alignment, air conditioning, to any body shop and repair needs. Stop by Best Finish Auto Sales and Service at 209 Sharp Street in Glenwood for all of your vehicle needs. Feeders Grain and Farm Supply in Corning, representing the most recognized and trusted brands in the industry, as well as locally sourced products. Stop by and see a full lineup of Purina products to handle all of your livestock needs. And if you need Sioux Steel Gates, they've got you covered. Browse the store and they're confident you'll find what you're looking for, or they'll order it in for you. Feeders Grain and Farm Supply in
Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside Live here down at Canadian Speedway in Corning, Iowa. Big thank you to Best Finish Auto and also Aiken Building Center. And speaking of Aiken Building Center, tell you what, Robert, you're here from you're down in the Clinton store.
Yeah.
But Alan's here, and it's just like I said, it's great to have you guys. I think he said you had about maybe 49, 50 people showing up tonight, so I hope we all made it.
We should have a good turnout.
Be a good time. So up here in the suite, we got some stuff outside.
Nobody's going to be drinking alcohol, right?
No,
not at all. Didn't think so.
Tell you what, I think you've been up here pretty much every year getting interviewed. So
yeah, pretty much.
But it's always a good time, and you have to tell her that Evan's girlfriend gave him a hard time. Like,
well, I thought she was a bouncer. I didn't know.
Yeah, she's a pretty scary bouncer.
No, anyway, so tell you what, it's great to have you guys here. I know we'll get to have you come down. Hopefully, you need to come down to the pictures at the second set of features. We have our first races tonight are features from makeups from last week, so it's really not going to do the hats. But our second set, if you guys get you come down and be in the picture, and we'll get a hat on the winner, and we'll do that. So if somebody wants to go down there, Alan or you or anybody, want to mention that real quick too. So
yeah, we'll probably send Alan down there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
He's a big race fan.
Oh
so.
yeah, and he's proud to be a sponsor.
Absolutely,
here.
and we really appreciate it. He does. He's helped us out so much. We just bought a bunch of wood last year from you guys for our bleachers, and
we're still adding on.
We're still trying to figure out how to get them all on.
That's a never-ending project.
Seems
like there's always bleacher boards that need to be replaced.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's just the way that Mother Nature treats us with those things. But it's great that we have an awesome store like yourselves right here in Corning, but you're also in Creston, Clarinda, and Atlantic.
Yeah,
and you guys have no problem competing with the big box stores, do you?
No, because we're we can deliver to anywhere at any time. I don't matter how many boards you need. I mean, we're good at taking care of the customers. If you need 20 boards, call us. We'll bring them to you. I mean, we're pretty much adjustable to whatever a customer needs.
And you guys have design centers there for
Yeah, we have
pretty
design
much everything.
centers.
I mean, I know I've seen some of it, cabinets, setting up a house. The other thing I love about you guys is you have a lot of great carpenters in our area that you work directly with, don't you?
Yes, we do, and we have a list of those carpenters in each of our stores. So if a customer come in and they need a reference to who they need to do their bathroom or build a deck, I mean, we have names there to give them to direct them in the right direction.
And I know most of those guys, and I'd recommend them myself. I've had a lot of those work for me. I've helped some of those guys, but we have a lot of great carpenters in this area that I would highly recommend, without a doubt. So
yes, we do.
Top-notch guys. So, and like I said, I used to drive to Council Bluffs to work every day, and I don't anymore, thank goodness. But I'm up there with the big box stores, and I see prices, and like I said, you guys are right there with them. So that's. There's no sense in driving to the city when you can get everything right here
not when you
locally.
can come to Aikens. I mean, we'll take care of you. I mean, we'll match whatever. We'll do what we can to make a deal with you to make sure you don't have to do that drive.
And believe it or not, it's cheaper because, I mean, you're spending, it's 140 miles, I know, from Nottoway to Council Bluffs and back. So
I mean,
you're spending the money on gas, so you might as well just drive to Aiken and get what you need.
Or
that's
have them
right.
deliver it.
Yeah, or have us deliver it.
If you have a big order, exactly, yeah.
The nice thing about it, I've come up here. Corning's my store, but if there's something you don't have, you guys can call the other stores.
Yeah,
and
we take it around to each store. We'll bring it for you from one store to the other.
Yep.
We have estimators that can estimate your buildings or decks or whatever you need. Like I said, we have the design centers that people can help you with kitchen needs or whatever you need. We have it there.
Now, as far as your employees, are you still, like everybody else, still hiring? I mean,
we're always hiring. We're
Yep.
always open to hire because if there's some talent out there, we like to bring them in and talk to them. Even if we don't have it open, we'll see what we can do to find a spot for them to keep them on staff and figure out what they can do to help us to move forward in the future.
Yep, and like I said, I come to the Corning store more than any of them, without a doubt, because that's my local area. But I know pretty much everybody in there. It's neat to see friendly faces. Used to get to see you, but now you're in Clarinda all the time, so I don't make it down there very often.
And I go to all the stores because I'm basically the safety person for all the stores. But I do whatever it needs to be done to keep things going at each store.
Yep. And like I said, all the stores are very well kept. It's just top of the line equipment in there too. I can tell you that too, folks. And they have everything you need, without a doubt. So
that's right.
And it's no different. If they don't have it, they can get it.
We can get it.
You go to other stores, it's the same darn thing. So it's like, don't think it's just local like that. It's not. So
that's right.
It's big stores have
issues
too.
I think the big one with Aiken, and I know especially for older folk and people like that, the delivery service is huge.
And the relationship that we have with them also makes a big difference. They've been going to these stores for years and years, and they know what to expect when they come in our store.
I mean, when you get to the city and things like that, when you go to like a Menards or a Lowe's or a Home Depot.
Yeah, you're not important.
No.
I mean,
no.
You think about delivery services up there.
Yeah.
They're going to charge you an arm and a leg.
Right.
Just to drive a half mile.
Yeah.
And you guys are one phone call away, and it's usually the same guy that's doing it or same couple of guys that's doing it.
Yeah.
And they usually have a full-on conversation with you too.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them away from you sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're personable people. We like talking to people, figuring out what they need, and that's just the way we are.
And it's like
I mean, we all are from the communities we work in.
Yep.
And we know most of the people, and we have a good relationship with most
small
of the
town
people.
Iowa business.
That's
so
the way
it is.
That's the thing. And
Yep.
the name Aiken has been in this town for a long
time.
When Scott started it many moons ago.
Scott's family started it.
Right.
So,
right.
That's that's the thing that's neat about it. And I laugh because I remember when they sold, and I know Scott was in there still often and stuff, and it's hard to get away from it.
Yeah.
When it's your family like that. It's a
It
family
is.
business. So
Yeah.
But the neat thing
he
about
probably
Alan,
still comes in every once in a while.
Oh yeah, you know.
So, but and that's the neat thing about Alan. This setup is it's still to me just like it was.
Yeah,
I mean that's the
nothing's
thing about
changed.
it.
Nothing's
So,
no.
We're just trying to get better to move in the future.
Yep. And that's all. That's what everybody tries to do.
There you go.
And meet the local needs. And
That's right.
You guys know how to do it and are great with it. So.
I know the racetrack keeps the Corning store busy. I know that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It seems like and the problem is it's usually at some time inconvenient when we have to go up there and get something. So
yeah, it is. It's
I actually was at Corning when we done all this to get this booth and all things done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. It was. It's this was This
was
is
a
a
big
neat project. It was a big project, and we thank
Yeah.
Poet immensely for helping
Yes.
us out with
I
that.
guarantee
That's
you,
right.
every one of these boards on these grandstands too.
Yeah.
I've replaced them all in my lifetime.
I mean,
before. I've been
race fans, if
involved
you
all
look
of
at every one of these boards on these grandstands, they all came from Aiken Building Center.
them. They did,
So,
and they've
Yeah.
been
all these boards, probably on all these
Yeah,
decks,
they have.
everything.
Yeah, they have.
That's
So
right.
That's
Yeah.
how we've done it, and
Yeah, we have a good working relationship.
unfortunately, it's wood, and sometimes it has to be replaced. But
Yeah.
I said the last time we did it, I said, I hope this is the last time I ever have to do it. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we still got a pile of them down there.
Yeah.
ready to
So
go.
you ain't done yet.
No.
Yeah, and the thing is I tell people is like it's all volunteers that did all this down here too.
That's
so
right.
that's the neat part about it too.
Yeah.
So,
Community.
but it's just so convenient. Like I know there's been times where it's like, oh, they're closed. I'll call somebody and I know, and like, oh yeah, I can come up there and get it for you. That's
Yeah.
kind of nice to be able to do that too.
That's
so
right.
When we're in a
Good deal.
pinch on a weekend when you guys are closed. So
That's right.
Well, we got Aiken Building Center people rolling
Yep,
in here.
they're
We
ready
better,
to-
Oh, yeah.
we better get this set up out of here.
Yeah,
soon.
we're
So,
gonna-
I mean,
and
it's
you notice-
6:30, so.
And you notice he's drinking water, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got
There you
one
go.
person drinking water light. Yep. we got a Bud Light Chelada.
there's Alan. He's here, so he's
Oh, yeah.
ready to go.
No, Alan's drinking water.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, race fans, it is 6:30. It's time to wrap things up here. But
Good deal.
make sure you're coming on out. We have no weather in our area. We have double features tonight, so it's Aiken Building Center night tonight. So we really appreciate them. But make sure you get here, folks. All the weather's out of here, and we're going to have a lot of races tonight. So make sure you get on out here, and we'll see you next week live here at Pitside Live. Whoops. Oops, sorry. Wait a minute. I'm not out of here yet. Sorry. I got. We're gonna do a 30. You're done, but I gotta take a 30. Then I gotta take the out.